What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Thai Life podcast. And once again, let's get to know your nail tech. But I'm so excited today because I have a friend, a sensational social media content creator. Not just that, what I see when I see her content is I see a hard working woman who thrives to be very successful and help so many people. Ladies and gentlemen, Zanah.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm excellent. I cannot complain. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for
To
the invite.
No, I'm just blessed that we're here together. I mean, you're from the East Coast, I'm from the West Coast, and we're able to link up like this. Um, tell the fan a little bit about you and how you started into the nail industry, and what did you do before you were in the nail industry?
When I started doing nails, well, let's be serious. I was like 5 years old doing nails.
Let's go.
I was on the floor painting my mom's nails, my aunt's nails, my sister's nails, toes, everything. Like I was always a nail artist since I was younger. But I never thought that I could make nails a career when I got older, so I never even considered it. So after high school, I actually went towards nursing school. So I was in college. I went to nursing school after that, and but I always did nails. High school, college, in between, after every job, I always had clients. I always did nails. It was just something that I think God gave me like organically. Clients always came to me organically. So it was not never anything that I really had to like find because I was doing it already. I just had to decide that this is what I wanted to do, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And
So
then, go on.
so I grew up in a town called Bayonne, New Jersey. It's a 3 mile long town and 3 miles wide, 1 mile long. So it's a very small town. And there are a lot of nail salons in Bayonne, and all of them are Asian owned.
Okay.
And I wasn't that good when I first started, of course, like every other beginner. But I always used to think and compare myself to like, I want to be as good as the Asians
Isn't it how funny how like they kind of set that standard where like you got to be good as them to make it into the industry?
because they were the only ones really doing it at the time. So it's not like, you know, you kind of associated getting your nails done with the Asian people because that's who was always doing our nails, our toes, our eyebrows, our waxes. So
Everything.
that was my only comparison. I wanted to be as good as the Asians, the
No,
ones in Bayonne. I wanted to be like nail salon quality, if you
right.
get what I'm saying.
I do.
I wanted my nails to last. I wanted them to look nice. I wanted it to be easy for me to lay acrylic. I would go to the nail salon sometimes just to get my nails done, just to watch them lay acrylic because their
Wow.
technique. So, um, I always wanted that. And then anytime I would always do my own nails and I would go to a nail salon and get my toes done every 2 weeks. And I would just sit in that chair and pretend that it was my salon.
Wow. Wow. That is so inspiring. At this moment right here, like how old were you? And
I
you
was probably 20, 18,
okay.
19, 20. Like I started to think about doing nails more seriously 18, 19, 20. Like, and then when I was 21, that's fair to say. What year was that? 2000. So when I was like 21, I
Wow.
started taking clients every day after work. Like I had
At your house?
at my house. I had so it was just like times were a little rough. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I had a studio apartment and my bedroom was my living room, my nail room, my kitchen, everything. Like my clients would walk into my apartment and that was it. That was the apartment. The room that you saw when you walked into it, that's where I lived. That's where I slept, ate, did nails, took a shower, got dressed, did my hair, did my makeup, cooked my food. Everything was in that one room. $875 a month my apartment was. That's how small it was.
Wow, that's amazing.
Um,
And
I had a
were you licensed at that time?
no,
Wow, this is
I
great.
wasn't. I wasn't licensed, and so my bed was a couch that clients would sit on, and then I had a bookshelf, and I had my nail polishes on the bookshelf, and then I would pull up the desk and the chair. They would sit on my bed, the couch. I would pull up with the chair, do their nails, and then after everything was done, I would put the table away, pull out my bed, and that was my room.
It's so inspiring just to hear the story. I mean, you're giving me goosebumps just hearing this because as you're telling me the story, I just can't imagine how many people out there right now are doing the same thing, using their apartment just to get into the nail industry.
Yeah.
Now, at what point when you say, you know what, I gotta be real, I gotta go get my license because I really want to open the salon. So, where did that thought process kick in?
I never thought of it. It wasn't my idea. When I tell you everything I have is 100% God,
That's amazing.
I'm telling you, because I would have never thought of it. I didn't think it was realistic. I have Arabic parents. We're told go to college, get a good job, marry a doctor, marry a lawyer, marry a engineer. You know what that's what we're taught. We're taught to be a good wife to a good man.
Yep.
So, no, you're taught to be a good wife to a successful man.
Correct.
And um but I didn't actually decide. So I did want my license, but the problem was um I was working a full-time job at the hospital, and after work I was so busy with clients. I either had to choose, I had to choose one of my two jobs.
Gotcha.
So to go to school, it's full time. What happened? The doctor that I worked for decided to move. They asked me to go with them. I decided not to. So they were a married couple, and I was their assistant. They were both doctors, and I was also their nanny. So they wanted me to just move and take on that full-time position with them. Like live with them, move in the house with them, work with them, everything. Or leave.
Wow.
So I took, but the leaving came with a little bit of a severance package.
Yeah.
So it was $2,500. I'm not gonna lie. So they gave me a check for $2,500. I left. I went on unemployment. I was on unemployment for 6 months and doing nails full time.
Yeah.
And then the unemployment office told me I had to go in. And they said, we're either going to end your unemployment right now, or we're going to give you unemployment for 6 more months if you go to school.
Wow. That's great. Continue on. I got to hear this whole thing. This is amazing. This is God's works right here, ladies and gentlemen.
So cosmetology school was $10,000, and unemployment was about to pay 4,000 of it for me.
So the crazy part is that you got pushed. You took unemployment is telling you like, hey, you got to go to school if you want this.
Yeah, it was either end your unemployment now and go on about your business, or we'll renew it for another 6 months if you sign up to go to some type of school, any school.
That's
It
crazy.
could be, I could have went for plumbing, but I looked at the list of schools, and so my immediate question to the unemployment lady was, does cosmetology school count? She said, let me check. She put her glasses on. She said, yep, it's on the list. So they were paying 4,500 of it, and I had to pay the balance of the 10,000. And so that's how I got in school.
Now, do you just get into the nail license, or you went into the cosmetologist license too?
I went for cosmetology because I figured if the program is $10,000, unemployment is paying nearly half of it. and
Why?
they didn't have a nail program. They only had the cosmetology program.
Gotcha. So you were just guided into the career.
I literally was. That was in 2017 that I went to cosmetology school.
That is amazing. And then, okay, I love that. Okay. And then after you got your license, I'm assuming you're still working from home.
Yeah, so um I was working from home while going to school, and now I quit the other job. So now my life is all nails. And um I got my cosmetology license, and I almost didn't because that was the year that my dad died, 2018.
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you. It's okay. So he died actually while I was in cosmetology school. So I almost didn't make it because um like I was missing a lot of school because I was spending time with my dad in the hospital, and I don't regret that. I don't regret missing school.
Not at
I don't
all.
re- I got to spend time with my dad before he passed away, so that was good. But I almost didn't graduate because of the missing hours. I had like I think like 55 hours I had to make up, but I didn't have like enough time to make it up. Um, it ended up working out, long story short. I got my license, and that's when I full on just every day, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., I'm taking nails. I now have a different apartment. So I have a two-bedroom now. We upgraded a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had a room just for nails.
That's
So
amazing.
I had a nail room. And then, so that was working out pretty well. And then COVID happened. COVID was my first time feeling like I was a business owner because all the nail salons in Bayonne shut down, and I didn't.
Nice.
I was running a full nail salon out of my mother's basement.
Wow.
Yeah, me and my sister.
You know, the cool thing about, I mean, I want to say cool, but there are some benefit that people embrace during COVID. You know, it was a con event, but
Of
when you
course.
really think about it, you got to take what's bad and make it good. And what you did was you did exactly what you're supposed to do. It was
Yeah,
a
I
bad
think
situation. You capitalized on the situation during the moment.
yeah. I think from March to the end of May, I didn't see any clients because that was like when it was really scary and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And no one knew what was going on. Everything was shut down. No one was leaving the house. No one was going anywhere. No one was letting people come over. But I think it was like all of my clients started to reach out to me like, my nails are down to here. All their nails were grown out. And I started by doing one person's nails. I was really super careful. I met them outside. I had a mask on. I would spray their hands with rubbing alcohol, give them a mask. They had to put their mask on, and then I would spray Lysol in the air. It's crazy, but then they would walk through it and then they would come inside. I had this everything disinfected, everything clean. Everything was like super, super clean. I was being really careful. I wasn't being careless or anything, but yeah, I taught my sister how to do pedicures, and because
Wow.
people wanted their nails done, but they also wanted their toes done. The nail salons were closed.
Yeah.
So it was just me and my sister. I would do their nails, then I would put them in her chair. She would do their toes. We would do that all day. But then we were getting so booked. I was starting 9 a.m. Then I opened up 7:30 a.m. Then I opened up 6 a.m. Then I
Wow.
opened up 4:30 a.m. I was
Damn.
starting at 4:30 a.m., 6 a.m., 7:30 a.m., 9 a.m., 10:30, 12, 1:30, 3, 4:30, 6, 7:30. I would wrap it up at 9 o'clock all day, every day. That's
Wow.
how many clients I was seeing a day. And I wasn't going anywhere and I wasn't spending any money.
You know, that is so cool because what you're doing is like, please take note. If you guys are watching this is like living proof that this person went from nothing to who she is today. And that is amazing. And I can see why you are who you are today is because how much passion and caring that you put into your process. You know,
Thank
it's like
you.
you're watering your career like a plant. And every day you're putting a little bit of water into it. So, we're gonna go ahead and fast forward this because I know life is not always about rainbows and flowers. But what I do know is that how do you decided that, hey, I am ready. I am ready to open a salon in a town, knowing that you were idolizing the Asian salon, wanting to have a salon like them or better than them. But first, you got to know every single block nowadays has a salon.
Yeah, and some of them in Bayonne have more than two. I opened a nail salon on a block with two other nail salons on it
Yep.
in Bayonne, New Jersey, but that's much later. So when you ask me what made me feel like I was ready, I definitely wasn't ready. I'm gonna say it
I don't think
again.
nobody was.
God forced me to make every single step I made. Every time I leveled up, I was literally forced by God, including the last level up of leaving the chair, which doesn't feel like a level up right now, but it's literally a level up when you think about it in the future. But what happened was everything died down with COVID, everything went back to normal, and I get a random phone call that I was reported to the city, the zoning department, for doing nails out of the house.
Dang.
Yeah. So that happened. Me and my brother, when that phone call happened, turned the nail room into a guest room in 30 minutes.
Wow.
30 minutes.
I,
It took us 30 minutes. We took all the nail stuff off the wall, everything. I had a couch, a nail desk, a television, um, and then a bunch of nail stuff. We pushed up the nail table against the wall. We put a tablecloth over it. We put a candle on it. I put a vase on it. Um, and then the smell of the acrylic. I
wow.
still smell it. And we were walking in and out of the room and we still smelled it. And I don't even want to tell you what I did, but I am going to tell you what I did.
Handle it.
I took my dog's poop and I smashed it on the floor. And then I cleaned it up
Wow.
with bleach.
Ooh.
I wanted it to smell like poop and bleach so that when the zoning officer walked in there, she can't smell. I'd rather you smell poop than nails. That's a $5,000 fine. I'd rather you smell poop than nails. So I went outside to the backyard. I put gloves on. I've had a ShopRite bag on my hand. I grabbed poop. I pushed it on the floor and I pushed it down with the ShopRite bag. And then I left it in there for 2 seconds. And then I cleaned it up with bleach. This is the honest truth. This is what I did. But you wanted the story? This is the story.
I don't think anybody can make that story up. I mean, your creative brain cannot make that story up.
So
Wow.
I that's what I did. And then she came. I got away with it. But it was getting really hot. Like
Yeah.
everybody knew it was like, so I had to do something, but I
Everybody's
didn't.
knocking on your door. That's why.
Yeah. And I was actively looking for places, but the problem is that I went to cosmetology school in 2018
Yeah.
and I didn't get my license until after 2020.
Right.
So, um you can't have one of those suites unless you have a license
Right.
and
Right.
stuff like that. And my dad had a hardware store in Jersey City on Central Avenue. And so this is the timeline of what happened. This is how like quickly I was forced against my own will, mind you.
Yeah.
Um so my dad had a hardware store in Jersey City and he passed away. And my mother was obviously handling the rent of the hardware store and all that stuff. My sister's birthday is January 22nd. We went out to dinner for my sister's birthday, the end of January, right? During that dinner, my mother told me that she needs me to take over my father's hardware store by February 1st.
Wow.
It's the end of January.
Yeah.
It ended up being a big fight between me and my mom because I was like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not like,
Right.
why are you putting this responsibility on me? And like, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I was literally saying no, and she wasn't
You
respecting
were
it.
afraid. Yeah.
I was definitely afraid. I was afraid of everything. But that didn't matter. She didn't care. So I had to take over my father's hardware store, and lo and behold, I was in there February 1st. I was paying the rent February 1st. We emptied out my father's hardware store. I used all my COVID money to renovate it.
Wow.
So I did. Remember, I was making money during COVID, but I wasn't spending money during COVID. So I just emptied everything out. I did the floors. I did the walls. I bought 2 pedicure chairs. I bought 4 manicure
Wow.
stations. I did some stuff, and that's it. And then I submitted my paperwork to the city to get approved, and they didn't approve me
Wow.
because a new law took effect literally that year
Mm.
that required a ventilation system for every nail salon in New Jersey, but every pre-existing nail salon was grandfathered in. So if you
Wow.
already owned a nail salon before this law took effect, you were grandfathered and you didn't have to get the ventilation system. But I needed it, but I couldn't get it because the salon was sandwiched in between 2 other storefronts, so there was nowhere to exhaust the fumes. And behind it, the building, there was not enough room for a technician to fit. There was like 5 or 6 inches of space. So you can't put an exhaust system there, and a person can't fit there anyway to
Right.
like work.
Right.
So what did I do? Because now I'm locked into this lease. This is my mother's lease, and I took over for my mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I put curtains up and I minded my business and I took care of my clients, just me and them. I can't hire nobody. I can't do nothing. I can
Wow.
hardly promote myself.
Wow.
I
Low
have
key.
to keep it on the low.
Yeah.
So that was from February until September. September, I started to get complaints um, from the upstairs neighbor about the smell of acrylic.
Wow.
And
Man.
then I know. And so I did everything I could. I bought 4 air purifiers, right? And I bought him candles. I would leave the windows open. I got 2 fans to try to like
At
put
least
it
you
in
didn't
the
take
window.
shit. At least you didn't take shit in there and put it around
But
it.
he was not happy with any of my gestures.
That's
He
crazy.
definitely, so he kept on calling the health department on me. And I kept on getting caught, but like I had the curtains up and I had the door locked and I also had a curtain on the door. So like y'all really don't know what I'm doing in here. Like
Yeah.
you can guess, but you really don't know what I'm doing in here.
Right. Right.
But the excuse of my friend came to help me put the art on the wall was getting old. She wasn't buying it no more. It got to the point where the lady from the health department was literally coming to the salon every day. She knew I started at 9.
It was bugging. It was getting
And
to the.
she was coming there at 8:30. She was there before I was with her coffee in the car just waiting for me. So I knew I had to make some
But it was
serious moves.
big in New Jersey like that, huh?
They don't play around in this state.
Wow.
I'm going to crack my neck, okay?
Oh, go on. Girl, I need to crack mine too.
Yeah, I really needed that.
You are going through so much. And what? God, continue on. This is a
And
wild.
mind you, I spent all my money to turn my father's hardware store into a nail salon.
Right.
You're not going to tell me that I can't work here after that.
Right.
Um But when it got to that point where she was coming every day, sitting outside, waiting for me to open the door,
Yeah.
I knew I had to do something. So, and then, I got hit with a $5,000 fine.
Damn.
I did. I got hit with a big hefty ass fine. Um,
Was this before like you make some like major move after that or what?
that fine was the one that, but my brother told me to give him the paper. I'm just telling the truth. I don't know what he did, but my brother, I don't know if you know, but my brother passed away too.
And I'm so sorry. You went through so much. You do. I love you.
um, I love you too. So he was like, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Nah, you're good, girl. Take your time because this story is so touching. I mean, you are a living proof of what being a successful nail tech and just one step at a time. And everything you've been doing, this whole story is just you doing with will of believing in God and just wanting to help. It's amazing. And all this
and
odds
and
going,
survive.
yeah, and survive through it.
Because I was in survival mode for so long, like maybe since 19 until until a couple years ago.
That's
It
amazing.
was like constantly survival mode.
So
But
you yeah, so you got this fine, and then these departments are bugging you every day, and you spend all this
well,
money on getting the salon going. Go ahead. That's
so
just
I got the $5,000 fine. This timeline is also crazy, but that happened. She started really coming down on me in September, but the fine happened right before the new year. So it happened at the end of December. My brother was like, "Give me the fine. I know someone in the city. I'm gonna take care of it for you, right?" I gave him the paper. I never paid that fine. Till this day, I don't know what my brother did. He died. He died before I could find out. Like I literally don't know what he did to get rid of that fine, but the fine got taken care of. I never had to pay
wow.
that $5,000 fine.
Wow.
But so what happened was I put a couple it was the dead of winter and I was fully booked, man. I was fully booked 7 days a week, morning to night. So I put I took my manicure station from the salon and I put it in my garage.
Wow.
And I was seeing my clients in the garage. That was working for just a little bit. It was just a temporary solution, but it was working for just a little bit. But the power kept on tricking because I
Right.
had the space heaters. It was really cold, and I couldn't have people like all up in my house anymore because it was like way different now,
Correct.
and it was a temporary solution. But then the freaking maintenance guy that I lived in like a townhouse at the
Yeah.
time. So I had a garage and then above it was my apartment and then above it was like my bedrooms. So
Yeah.
it was like the garage and then the living room, dining room, kitchen, and then above it the bedrooms and the bathroom. Um but I was working in the garage and the power like it was really bad. So the maintenance guy came over to fix the power and he saw the nail table and he snitched on me.
What man? Whew. One thing
So
after.
yeah. So I
Dang.
went on Google and I just started typing in Bayonne nail salon. I needed a fucking job. I'm sorry to curse. I
No.
needed a
Oh,
place to see my clients. My only thing was find a solution to the problem that you're experiencing right now. You need to find a solution.
right.
My solution was you need a place to service your clients because you need money. How do you get money? By taking care of clients. Just find a place to take care of your clients.
Yep.
The first place I literally got them in alphabetical order. The first place I called, Ariana Day Spa. Good morning. My name is Zanah Nesheiwat. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I gave her my whole spiel. I said I have a lot of experience. I'm licensed. I'm bringing in my own clients. I need a station to work at, but I don't want to work. I don't want to work like I just want to. I just need a temper. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm not gonna work there. I just need a little space to
Take my client.
yeah. But I had a little bit of a following. I had 19,000. That's a lot in a small town. And she knew me and she took advantage of me. She did really bad. I had to pay $100 a day for my station.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot. Yes.
So I'm thinking smarter. And I said, okay, no problem. I need 3 days a week. I took, you know how many clients I took in 3 days, man?
No, I don't. Tell me.
A lot. I started at 6 a.m., 7:30, 9 a.m., 10:30, 12 p.m., 1:30, 3 p.m., 4:30, 6 p.m., 7:30, 9 p.m. I'm cleaning up my station at 10:30. I'm locking the door at 11 o'clock.
Oh
Three
my.
days a week.
That is so amazing.
But I was making over $1,000 a day, and I had to give her 100. But I need to put as much money in my pocket right now as possible because you need to open a salon. You have no choice.
Yes.
You have no choice. So it just so happened that I had a 30-minute gap in between clients.
Yeah.
And I said, let me hop in the car and drive up and down Broadway and try to look for a storefront so I can rent my own salon. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I saw a for rent sign, so I wanted to do a U-turn and pull over and take the phone number down so I can call it. And a truck hit my car. So I pulled over to call the cops. I get out the car. I call the cops. I'm on the phone with the cops. I turn around. I see a window. In the window, I promise you, this big, a business card this big,
Mm-hmm.
in the window like that.
Yeah.
It said realtor. Jessica is, I said, is this space for rent? I'm on the phone with the cops and I'm looking inside the unit like this. The cop said, all right, we're on our way. I said, all right, thank you. I hang up. I pick up the phone. I call Jessica. Hi, I'm calling about 739 Broadway.
Holy
There's a
shit.
space for rent. God made someone hit my car to find my salon. When I tell you everything was God from the beginning to the end, all glory to God.
Oh my God. Amen to that one.
So,
Amazing. Wow.
yeah,
This story is intense. I love it.
thank you. So, um, I I call her. I said, I need the space for rent. There, mind you, you need to know this. There's a nail salon next door.
Okay.
The
Wow.
storefront for rent is next door to a nail salon.
Wow.
Okay, but I'm in survival mode, and at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman.
Yep.
So it is what it is. But I'm on the phone with Jessica, and I said, I really want to see this space. She said, I can show it to you right now. I said, I don't get out of work until 10:30, 11 o'clock. She said, I'll see you at 11:15.
Nice.
So she
She's a
showed me
hustler.
the storefront at 11:15 p.m. I was like in the middle of telling her, can you ask the landlord if it's okay with her that I open another nail salon here?
Right.
But the realtor interrupted my sentence and said, she doesn't care what you use it for. So I never said nail salon,
Oh, nice.
but she already said she doesn't care what you use it for. The next day, I signed the lease. Very, very next day. Very next day, I wasted no time. I signed the lease. Everybody told me you're being impulsive, you're making a bad decision, don't do it. I was engaged at the time. My fiance told me, my ex-fiance told me, don't do it. You're being impulsive, you're making rash decisions, you're not thinking clear. I didn't listen to anybody. I signed the lease, I took the thing. Then I went to the old salon. All of my stuff was still stored there. And I had movers come and bring all my stuff in, and I have these big, 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 huge windows now. The people next door saw my manicure stations. They called the landlord and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna let her open up a nail salon?" And she called me and told me, "Oh, you can't open up a nail salon there." I said, "I tried to ask you. You interrupted me. I already have the lease. Now you got to take me to court because I have a legal
Yep.
document stating that I can open a fucking nail salon here. So you're
Yep.
not gonna tell me I can't unless a judge tells me I can't."
Right.
So I tried to ask you if it was okay with you.
But you
But
interrupt.
you wanted to be excited about the money and say yes before you found out what it was for. That's what you get.
Right.
So the nail salon next door, I bought a little plastic case to like put my business cards in and da da da. They don't even know this, but I was giving them so much business because it was just me by myself, and I was
Right.
turning down clients left and right because I wasn't taking walk-ins. I would tell them go next door and go next door, go next door.
Yep.
I wasn't being malicious at
Yep.
all.
Yep.
If anything, they were eating off of me.
Right. Right.
So because I was turning down so many clients that
Right.
like
Clients have to go somewhere.
Yeah. And also I was booked, so I wasn't really doing a lot of pedicures unless I had the time for it, and I really didn't. So I was sending everybody for pedicures, gel manicures, regular manicures, eyebrows, legs, everything next door.
Dang, you was hooking
But
them
they were
up.
being so nasty to me. They were like ripping up my business cards, ripping up my mail,
Man.
moving my, like, they were just not being welcoming at all.
They were scared of you.
They probably were scared of me, but it was me by myself.
But that's how it is. They don't want competition, you know?
I know.
But
But there
you
was two more across the street.
but keep going, girl. This story is too damn good because I
But
know this there's more
what
at
they didn't understand was my clients were booking online
right
a
because
month
you
in
had a social
advance.
media in it. You had social
Yes.
media at that
I
time.
was booked a month in advance. I don't want these, not that I don't want these clients, but like I can't take clients. I have to say no to these clients because I already got someone in my chair and
Right.
I'm by myself.
They don't know that, to book you in advance, so they just kind of stumble in.
Hmm.
So
Exactly. And I would send them right next door.
and I would do the same. I know exactly where you're coming from when you say that, girl.
Yes. So then the landlord, so the landlord owned both storefronts.
Right.
So now she has two tenants who are in competition with one another. So Winnie texted me, my landlord. She's Vietnamese too. Winnie Lu. Uh, I don't know if I should have said that. If you can edit that out,
Yeah,
her
I
name.
got you.
Um, so she called me and she was like, "The nail salon next door wants to leave. Before I list it, do you want that salon too?" But I've been wanting that salon. Like ever
Wow.
since they started ripping up my business cards, I started being like, "Watch, I'm gonna take that
Watch
one too."
me.
So I said yes, I do. I want it. So then I told her, you have to let me see it. I have to get a video so I can start planning. So she lives all the way in Brooklyn, my landlord,
Yeah.
and I'm in Bayonne, and so she was in town already. So she was like, I can show you right now. So we walked into her nail salon, the lady next door. The lady and a guy, it was a husband and a wife. And I walked in with the landlord. I was scared because I didn't want to start trouble. And
Right.
and I didn't even think it was a good idea. But she
Right.
was like, "We'll do it right now." Um, as soon as I walked in, the lady, she got up, started screaming at Winnie in Vietnamese, like they just started going off on one another. And then
Wow.
she was like, "Don't bring her in here. Don't bring her in here. Don't bring her in here." I went like this. I turned around. I said, "Winnie, call me when you figure it out." Because
Wow.
I'm not about to stand here while y'all argue. But because she found out that I was taking it, she decided to stay 6 more months.
Man.
And then she decided that she's not leaving. She told me and Winnie that she's not leaving and she's staying. And then one day I got to work and the sign was down.
Wow.
And I was like, "Are you leaving? Are you staying?" I'm confused. And Winnie texted me and she was like, "They moved out this morning. Do you want this space?" And I said yes, but the problem was that when we were talking about it 6 months ago, you wanted $300 less in rent.
Right.
Now that she's out, you're asking for $300 more. So I
Right.
said, no, 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 no. Go back to the original number that you said. And she was like, "Oh, we did a property evaluation and da da da." And I was like,
That's bullshit.
but my rent ended up going up. We ended up doing 150, not 300. She raised it up 150, not 300. So now I have rent for both salons. And well, that's how it happened. That's how I ended
So
up with two
so that's
salons.
that's the salon that you are at right now
Yeah, so
with
and
all
then I
your
put a
crew and
door.
everything.
Yeah, that's the one I'm at right now. So I have the salon 739 Broadway A and B. So now we just call it 739 Broadway. It's one unit, one address, and
Nice.
it's two salons, two storefronts, two doors, two everything. But we just put a door in the back
That's cool. Wow.
and a staircase. So a door and a staircase, and And then I started thinking about the nail supply. So I'm working on that right now. That's my new venture. That brand spanking new. I just have an empty space and a whole lot of thoughts and memories and like ideas. But I know what direction I'm gonna go in. I just have to get a couple things tied up with the city, and then I'm gonna start stocking my shelves.
It's always with the city with you. You know, when we talk about business, we always talk about like competition with one another. With you, it's more like you just have to live and go through it, and everything's gonna slowly fall into your laps. You know, because I noticed like the only competition that you had was with yourself and with the Lord, and you trust in it. You
And
just,
the city.
it's amazing. It's crazy. I love that story. And you know, I know we were talking about how you got your business, but how do you decide to be so sensational with content creating? Let's talk about that a little bit. Like, when do you decide to be like, you know what? Let me get on social media. Let me build this page. Let me put myself out there. I mean, I've been following you from day one. I seen your follow growth from
You
hundred
ask good
thousand
questions.
followers. And the next thing you know, you spike up like fast. But that's not just you, is your personality, is how you treat people, and what I see in you. Tell us about that a little bit.
So I used to be like when I had that 19,000 followers, that was like 10 years of Instagram. Like I earned the heck out of that. And it was very, very, very hard because that was before Reels. That was before a lot of stuff. Then, but I was also like really camera shy. I
Mm,
was really afraid to put my face on the internet, definitely my body on the internet. Um, I was afraid to talk on the internet. I still am. I'm still like scared sometimes to grab a camera and just talk. It's
I can't tell.
intimidating. Um, but it's still scary and intimidating. Um, and I was engaged, like I told you, and I guess I was just always subconsciously respectful of my
So,
fiance.
okay.
So I never, and it wasn't because he asked or anything like that, but I was more,
Thoughtful.
I wasn't shy. I was just, I think, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I was a little bit like intimidated and I guess I guess I wouldn't say shy, but it was awkward for me. Like I just felt like awkward putting myself out there. Like um and then I saw a video. It was like I just tried to make a reel and it got 1,400 views. And I think I was like just obsessed with that number because I was like 1,400 views because mind you, I'm getting like 100 to 200 likes, maybe. So to know that 1,400 people saw this, like triggered something in my brain, like 1,400 people saw it, but 200 people liked it. So I started to like obsess over
The number.
why people weren't liking it. And then I would like do different videos and then the videos that got a lot of views and likes and traction and stuff like that, I just paid attention to what it was that people liked about it. And then I realized people liked my face.
We love
So
it.
you have to put your face on the internet. I was terrified of putting my face on the internet. Before 2021, 2022 area, you will not see a single clip of my face on social media. It was nails, hands, brushes, e-files, like it was always POV. It was always nail tech POV. But when I started to put my face on the internet, is when I started to get a little bit more traction. But when I started to include my personality, is when my people found me.
Wow. You know, I preach the same thing when I teach content create. I always say, when you put your niche out first, that's how they attract. But once you put your personality out there, it's a whole different ball game. I mean, it's like the attraction is amazing. And I love what you say. It's like I was like you, girl. When I started, I had only like a couple hundred views, but when I found a video that had 1,000 some, I asked myself like, "Oh my god!" And to me, to a lot of people, like, "Oh, it's just 1,000," but to me, it was so big. It was like an eye opener,
I
and
said 1,400.
I was like, and
But how come only 100 of you motherfuckers liked it?
right,
So I was like, nah, you need to like my shit.
right.
Like,
So you ask, isn't it funny how that naturally in our brain already? Like nobody
we
talk.
want more.
Yeah, it's amazing. Zaina, we can go on and on forever. You know that, right? And I know you got your appointment is Saturday. We all have to go to work. I have an appointment after this. Give us one good advice because I know your fan loves you and I love you. Give us one advice what we can do to better our days and move forward and achieve the goal that we want.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go with a quote that I seriously live by. Can I give you two?
You can give me more than anything.
Okay. The first one is it is better to have something to work on than to not start at all. That applies to everything. Your logo, your business, dinner, everything. A puzzle. If you start it, you can fix it, you can change it, you can tweak it, you can make it better, you can make it the way you want it, but you can't do that unless you start. Your nail salon can get better. You're going to become a better business owner. You're going to become a better nail tech. You're going to become a better nail supply store owner. But you have to start somewhere to get good at it first. You're going to be bad at it. Get over it. You're going to be bad at it. But you're going to get good at it. Why? Because it's not the, and here comes the quote. It is not the strongest amongst us who survive, nor is it the most intelligent. It is those who are most adaptable to change. You
Wow.
can throw me in any room. You can throw me in any room, and I will adapt to my surroundings. And that's what makes people, I'm not even going to say successful. I'm just going to say it's a survival tactic.
It is.
It's a survival tactic. You can't what all right, let's talk about the Asians for a second. Like if I go to an Asian event, an Asian nail event, right?
Yes.
It's very likely that no one there is going to know who I am.
Right.
I have to respect that room. Even though I'm respected in the nail industry, I'm walking into a room. This is a predominantly Asian dominated field. So like when I have respect from the goats,
Yep.
the people who did it first, the people who I looked up to, the people who I learned from,
Yes.
I like that I earned that respect.
Yes.
You know, you even though I earned my respect in the nail industry, when I walk into a room, I bow my head.
Right.
Out of respect, you have to pay homage to the ones who were here before you.
Correct.
Follower count doesn't matter, money doesn't matter, age doesn't matter. There's people who were doing this shit when I was in diapers.
Yep.
Hats off to you. You pay respect to the ones who were here before you.
Right.
So it's like you can't be cocky, you can't be humble, you can't like walk in like, oh, I'm that girl in the nail world. No, because these people don't even know who you exist, shorty. Like they don't even know who you are. Like check yourself before
Yeah.
you wreck yourself.
Right.
But remaining humble, having respect, treating people with respect. Why? Because it's gonna come back to you. Don't do everything about money. I have one client, she's gonna remain nameless. Um, till this day, she is allowed to pay me whatever she wants.
That's awesome.
Sometimes I get $40, sometimes I get $60, sometimes I get $80. She has no idea that my minimum is $150, and she'll never find out.
She grandfathered into that.
She's grandfathered in. That's my baby. She's
I,
about to turn. She's in her 70s. She came to me 15 years ago when I was in the studio apartment, and because I went to the school, the high school, and I was selling I was selling gift cards and hand scrubs that I made at home and body butters that I made at home and all this stuff. And somebody bought a $25 gift card and they gave it to that person, my client.
And that was it.
And she came to me and she said, I'm only here because I don't want to waste this gift card, but I'm going back to my nail tech. I said, no problem. I respect it. I literally have been doing her nails for the last 15 years. So respectfully, that woman, you can give me a $10 bill. I'm going to say, do you need change?
Right. That's amazing. You know,
She's like my mother.
that's amazing.
You
And
have to have respect for people.
You know, we most of our loyal clients are becoming our family, not just clients.
Yeah.
You know, we love
Definitely.
them dearly, and
Definitely.
they make our job fun. They make our job fun.
Yeah. And we look forward to seeing them. Like,
Yeah.
we think about them when we haven't seen them in a long time. We remember the nice things they did for us. Like, we know when you cook for us, you know, that touches our heart.
Yep.
You
Yep.
stopped and got me a coffee, you touched my heart.
Yep. The little
You
things
got yourself a sandwich, you picked me up a sandwich too. My God, you touched my heart. Like,
Isn't that amazing?
I love my clients.
Me too, man. Zanah, thank you so much.
Man, it was a pleasure. It really was. Thank you.
Really enjoy our conversation, and I wish
Can't
we
wait
could
to
do it.
see it.
We're gonna do it again one of these days. But
I can't wait. You better call Sterling now.
Hey, tell your team, line them up, because we're about to get them on here too.
We're
You know?
ready. We're all ready.
We are. Thank you so much. I love you so much.
Thank you,
Continue
man.
what you
I
do.
love you too.
I'm
God
only
bless you.
one.
God protect you.
Yeah, and please keep inspiring people. Keep doing your thing. Put tears in my eye right now just talking about you. I
And
want.
you too, Mr. Min. You too, Mr. Min. Don't discredit yourself. You do a lot. You do a lot for the nail techs, and making people laugh is really important.
Thank you very much. I'm
And
glad
you do that a lot.
tell me that, because I do need to remind myself that sometime. And you know, we overwork more than what we give ourselves.
Yes,
But that's
sure. We all have a little bit of imposter syndrome, but I do believe that imposter syndrome helps keep people humble.
Yes, that's what it is. Thank you, love. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you for watching, everyone. If you guys have any comment, leave it in the comment. Make sure to like this video and go follow ZaneyyNails. I love
Can't wait to see you.